Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Broncos Stadium at Mile High. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes now on first down. And Hill with it over the middle. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
To throw again on second down. Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Mahomes. To the right side, it's Kelce. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Mahomes now on first down. Looking for Kelce on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw once more. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And it's complete to Kelce. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter.
Attack! Finish the game!
That one covered beautifully. The defenders stay home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. And again, it's Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Defensively, they better figure something out. Opening drive, he already has 4 catches.
And if you have to figure out how to stop him defensively, that usually means you weaken your defense. That means that now the offense is doing the dictating, and they should have.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. On the set. Go. Me and you all day. X3. 218. Chopper. Back.
Now a play fake here on first down. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. A very solid gain of 27.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings? That they
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from UVA, Juan Thornhill. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro linebacker. It's Von Miller. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, Foxtrot.
Clock now on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week.
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Check. Ready?
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gain?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go ahead and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
Screen pass to Lindsey. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And the screen only good for 3 that time, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
And because they couldn't hit the long field goal, they are set up nicely offensively at the 41, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
12 yards there and a 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Shamarko Thomas. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. 4th down, and on comes Justin Vogel to punt it away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Taking it about the 16. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because
Williams loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Broncos were their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. Butker now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They look to throw. It's locked. Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. A huge play there for Denver. 61 yards.
1st and goal at the 6-yard line.
Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Freeman. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Royce Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos draw a bit closer.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And Out come the Chiefs now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking again for Kelsey there on that play, and now it's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mahomes now to throw, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. This will be fielded at the 17. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
Set, ready? 90 Wolf. Hey, Haywood.
Silver. Mike Spot.
Ready? Shoot.
Lock to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's 1st down. They fake the handoff. Now Locke. He's going to air one out. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm coming. Yellow.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Ready? 18 Gator. 5. Greystone travel. 50.
Second half starts with a run by Lindsey. And he's got some space here. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Bunt, and it's second down.
Here we go. 8, read. Hey, exit.
Block again here on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton is the man he was looking for, and it's third down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing now is Locke. He's got his tight end fan. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Not too many teams will use a first-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the first round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this away to the Rocky Mountain Knight, and it's a good one. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. They begin the drive with Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
But there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Kansas City.
Yellow.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now here's Mahomes. And that will be incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away.
Go now. 18 Gator. Bravo.
Big series right here, so we got to step it up.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins. Recon, 132 fighter.
Slam.
Ready.
Block now on 1st down. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Lindsey. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Go.
44, Mike. Check. I'm coming after you. 44.
Get it.
From the 30 on 2nd down. Lock, left side here. That's the tight end, Fant. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the 1st down in the process. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Locke looks to throw it again. Got his man on the comebacker. It's Sutton. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Block now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here.
X3, 218, chopper.
Check 43.
Block to throw for it on 4th. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Sutton. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
On the ground, this is Williams. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Sua Craven's up to make the stop. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
36,
They run it again with Williams. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down.
Let's bring it.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a loss of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Check it back. Check it back.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Chiefs 21, Broncos 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
90, Wolf.
Man left, man left. Hey, 4 down.
Block now on first down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. On first down, Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On first and 10, here's Locke. Completes it to Fant on the right side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
44 Mike. Check. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 44.
Get it.
Throwing on first down is Locke. This is caught. 23 yards, the final tally.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up first and 10.
47 Mike, 47.
Yellow.
Check. 47's the Mike. 47's the Mike. All day.
Back to throw, Mahomes. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. That'll bring up second down.
Yellow. Bye.
47. I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Check 31.
15.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hill. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. The Chiefs on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 4. From midfield, here's Mahomes. He wants it all for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He'll return it from the 6. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory.
Ready?
44, Mike, 44.
Let's get it together, defense. Look at me. Go. 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 Switch. Go.
To throw is locked. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. 30. Past the 20. 10. 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Royce Freeman with time running out, and the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So now a big play here as the Broncos will line up to go for 2.
59.
Go.
Check, 59. Go. Mike, check. 59.
Now.
Locked to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
One of my favorite expressions is that fortune favors the bold. This seems foolhardy, though.
Oh, it seems very foolhardy. All you had to do was kick the PAT, extend the game.
Yeah, that didn't make a whole lot of sense there, did it? I mean, I just don't get that at all because the risk-reward, it just wasn't there.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10.
Here we go. Yellow.
15. Go. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Bandit.
Here, 15.
Shit.
Mahomes to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. But he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Kansas City, the win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for Denver, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.